My name's Ian Hamilton. I'm part of a movement of in-house recruiters you probably didn't know existed. We are not administrators or CV passers. We are not field agency recruiters. Quite the opposite. We know that we have the upper hand when attracting people for our business. Because we are fighting to deliver the demands of our hiring managers and find the best people, we have to do things differently. We don't have an endless supply of job boards and databases to cold call, but we know we have the upper hand. We build employer brands, we create engaging recruitment campaigns. Our teams deliver more value than an agency could ever dream of, and we care about our candidates. But here is the question: how do we cut through the deafening noise of the recruitment industry and grab the attention of our talent pools? And that is what this podcast is all about. Welcome to TAHack. Hey folks, welcome along to another edition of TAHack. And today we've got something slightly different, something I haven't done yet. We're going to talk you through a campaign that we're actually building for a client here. So there's no theory today, just what we're doing. No speculation, nothing like that. Just a campaign that we're working through right now. So what we're doing is we're running a TA campaign for a group of very specialist engineers over in the US. We've been helping this client create employer branding content, helping them plan for the setup of their in-house recruitment function, and their in-house recruitment function launches in just about a month's time. And what we're doing is we're going to build a campaign to fill their pipeline with talent before their function actually launches. So let's have a look at what we're doing here. So very top of the funnel, the main marketing channel we're going to use for this is LinkedIn. We're going to use LinkedIn Recruiter in a slightly different way to push talent towards the campaign landing page to capture their details so that my client actually owns those details in the future and doesn't have to rely on any other external network, doesn't have to pay anybody for them ever again. We're also going to use some of LinkedIn's advertising functionality, so we're going to use their display network advertising, and we're going to use their some of their pay-per-click style advertising in the timeline feed of the engineers that we want to attract. Now, the benefit of using these two different methods of attracting people from LinkedIn is that we get to be really specific about who we push our message out in front of, so that we know if somebody comes through the campaign landing page, they are very likely to be the right sort of person for our client. So the first thing that happens is one of the people from this talent pool comes through to the campaign landing page, and we register their details on that landing page. Very simply, name and email address at this stage. We'll enrich that data a wee bit later on in the funnel. So the first thing that happens really is they come to this page, they subscribe, and they go through what we call our GDPR funnel. So really this is just a method of subscribing people in a way that is compliant with the general data protection regulations that are coming in 2018. I'll put a link up to the top of this video through to some of my GDPR videos so you can get a wee bit of an idea of what they are. Okay, so once they've gone through the GDPR compliance, we'll bring them down into Candidate ID. And Candidate ID is the software that's really going to distribute all of the content for us, manage all of the emails, manage all of the automation, and manage some of the scoring that we'll talk about in a minute. So whenever they come into Candidate ID, they go left and right. So two campaigns set up for these people. We'll quickly cover the left-hand campaign, which again is a GDPR compliance campaign. So that runs them through a campaign every 6 months, takes a couple of actions on this talent pool to make sure that they remain compliant and we don't end up with any big fines because we haven't been ensuring people are compliant. And then over into the right hand campaign, we're going to run them through our main recruitment campaign, and this is where it gets really engaging. So first thing, so they get pushed towards the main campaign landing page. Campaign landing page will have top of the funnel content at the top, middle of the funnel content, and then bottom of the funnel. So this is high level, this starts to get specific to the person, and this is where we get really engaging and bring the EVP of the business out to the candidates so that they really know the benefit of working for the business. So how is that going to look? So first email pushes them towards the campaign page. So in just under a week they get sent an email to the project brief, And this is where we'll start to get specific upon the geography that somebody is working in. So if they live in New York, they'll get New York content. If they live in Michigan, they'll get Michigan content. If they live in Houston, they'll get Houston content. So we'll start to be able to provide really specific information about the sites and plants that are in the location that our talent pools are in. Then we'll provide them an email with team story about a week from that. So the team story, this is actually providing information to them about a team that works in their local office. So it starts to show them the people they will be working with and what it would be like working with those people. And then about a week later, we bring them to an employee story. So this is where we get really specific. So not only is this a person that is working within the same geography as the person that's viewing the page, but also it'll be specific to the function and most likely the role level that this person is working in. So if they are program manager in Houston, we will provide them information about a program manager in Houston that has had a successful career with the organization, showing the opportunities that there are for career progression within the company, and showing really specific information about the people that are already working in the business. And again, about a week later, we bring them into the real EVP stage of the funnel. They receive an email, and then they get information from the senior executives, from people within the organization, talking about the culture of the organization, the values of the organization, and the real unique proposition that that is the careers of this company. So once they've gone through the whole way down through this funnel, they then get invited to apply for jobs, or they get approached by a recruiter, depending. So how do we actually make the decision on who we approach? Well, throughout this funnel, we're going to do a wee bit of engagement scoring. So if somebody views the first email on the campaign page, they'll get 1 point. If somebody sees the email in here to here and starts to actually click through and view the content, watch the videos in the middle of the funnel, we'll then give them 5 points. If somebody comes through into the bottom of the funnel, we'll then give them 10 points if they view that content, view those videos, interact with those emails. And then if somebody goes through and actually starts to view the careers pages and apply for jobs, we give them 15 points because clearly they are hire ready within this funnel. So whenever this recruitment function actually launches, whenever the recruiters are in place, they'll have very specific lists for geographies and for geographies and disciplines of people that are most engaged and people that aren't ready to be hired yet. So these recruiters will know who to reach out to immediately to get those hire conversations going, so that this recruitment function can have the maximum amount of impact as early as possible. So how are we doing this? Well, candidate IDs, doing all of the tracking of people, all of the scoring, all of that sort of stuff. We're going to capture information like name, email. We're going to, in an automated way, capture the geography of a person. We're then going to capture their job role and seniority through data enrichment campaigns. Then we're going to use a couple of smart pieces of technology. So this campaign page will be the same, but we'll use dynamic content in it. So whenever somebody from a specific location views that page, the content will change itself automatically to be relevant to them. Okay? Then we're going to use a wee bit of technology called exit intent technology, so that whenever we have a call to action on the page, if somebody goes to leave without interacting with that call to action, we'll then make it really obvious what we want them to do, so that we increase our conversion rate from just audience to leads. So this campaign is in design at the minute, due to be launched very shortly. We'll start to see the interaction that goes through the funnel. We'll probably shoot a video in a few weeks' time to let you know some of the successes that we're seeing with it. We've seen some pretty cool successes in the UK with this recently. Be really interesting to see how it goes over in the US. So yeah, thanks for coming along to TAHack. If you liked the video, if you appreciated it, please share it with your network, or up above you'll see a wee link to go through and subscribe to these videos. You can subscribe on YouTube, you can subscribe by email through on the People Traction website. No surprises there, we use candidate ID to manage all of that for us as well. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you through there, and please come back and join us on another episode of TAHack. Cheers.